Good afternoon. Welcome to Pew Pew Review. I'm sure we'll get some cool intros and that stuff rolling here shortly, if we didn't already. Today I'd like to review actually a rifle that I bought on an impulse, just because I like the way it looked. This is the Cadex CDX 30 X Lite. This is I would call this probably the tippity top range of Cadex's line. They've got a few different series. They've got some hunting series rifles. Of their precision rifles, they've got the R7s. Then they've got the 7 stars, which I would call their mid-range, and they're more geared to PRS style rifles and everything. And then they've got their CDX 30 and 33 series, which are chambered in the Remington 308 and any of the Magnum cartridges. So they go, I think, anywhere from 308 to 6.5 Creedmoor to 300 Win Mag, 300 Norma, and 338 Lapua. I'm sure with more coming. They've got other ones out there too. They used to do 6.5 by 47 Lapua, which I kind of wanted, but alas, not anymore. This gun comes straight from the factory this way. I had the bipod and the scope, but it comes with their grip, their trigger, dual stage or single stage, your choice. Goes all the way down to about 3 pounds. They've got a fully adjustable buttstock on here and length of pull. Your comb riser goes up and down. It's fully toolless, so you just flip a lever and move it where you need to and lock it in place, which is pretty great. Folding stock, it's super stiff, which is nice, so it doesn't come out. To remove the bolt, simply fold the stock out of the way or lift your cheek riser up, pull the bolt out. Defining of the CDX 30 range, their bolts are a little bit beefier in the 30 line than they are in the R7 or in the 7 stars line, which I like. I'll pull, I got a 7 stars as well. I'll pull the bolt out of that so you can see the difference between the two. But you'll see that they're quite a bit, there's quite a bit of added beef to the CDX 30 bolt. Ships with a standard AICS mag. You can get, it fits all of them. It'll do the MDT plastics. This is a 12 rounder, but it'll do 10 rounders, 5 rounders, you name it. I don't have any with extensions, but I'm sure those as well. You can see this locks up really nice, so it doesn't have any flex, which is good. It comes fully skeletonized. They skeletonized the action, which being able to check with your left eye your chamber and watch for feeding and that sort of stuff when you're shooting, that is really nice. That is a feature that an unexpected feature that I've grown to appreciate quite a bit. It's a skeletonized mag well. It's got a plastic insert on that. I think that's replaceable if you wear it out. And you can modify that to fit, if you've got off-spec mags or something like that. Bartline full carbon barrel. Bartline carbon barrels actually use a heavier steel shank than most other barrels. I do notice more point of impact shift though from my other hard heavy steel barrels. So heavy steel barrel, you'll see much less point of impact shift. And when I say much less, this moves probably 2/10 from my cold bore to my grouping. Max, sorry, 0.2 MOA, not 2/10 mils. And my steel barrels, I've got some. I'm a big fan of Victrix. Victrix, they move 0.1 MOA on a cold bore group, which is, I think, pretty spectacular. And that's about average. You're going to have some cold bore shift, and that's just something you got to deal with. This is the brake that comes on these custom guns. I'm not a fan of it. It's a bit too aggressive. It performs well, but it does send that concussion, just the way it's designed, a little bit to the shooter as well. So you do feel it from behind the gun. If we could use suppressors in Canada, I would use that. It's a PPE device. Government, let's start changing our thinking on that and start saving people's ears. But I would switch this out for one of their other brakes, which is very good, or they have, there's plethora out there as well. For Area 419 makes some great ones, that sort of thing. Roll mount, Schmidt Benders 636. I did the DT 2 Plus turrets. I'll do a review on this scope. I am a big fan of Schmidt & Bender. I think that Zero Compromise is a bit overhyped. It's not that they're bad scopes. For the money, there's a lot of really good options out there, especially in Canadian pesos. And these Schmidt & Benders do perform extremely well. And they've got a huge range of scopes to fit your needs. So I definitely wouldn't ignore them. Other than that, it's a shooter. I think my average group size with this is 0.3, 0.4 MOA. Not my most accurate gun, but definitely one of my most accurate guns. What I don't like about it, you gotta buy this extra. Why? I don't know. This is your mount for on your tripod. And then the same thing, Arca rail. I think that, on a gun like this and a chassis style like this should at least come as something in the box that you bolt on. I mean, Cadex is very generous with what they do include in the box. They've, they give you a really nice drag bag and, catalog and a tool set and like Allen keys and Torx wrenches, which is for everything on the gun, which is, I think, really nice. I think more guns should do that. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that, like a Barrett MRAD, you get all the pick rails that you want for attaching on the M-lock wherever you want. You get, Arca rails, you get everything, right? Whereas with this, yeah, you got to buy those extras. So I opted for a skeletonized one just in light of keeping it nice and skeletonized. Cadex didn't make a skeletonized one, so I think this one is Armaspec. Don't judge me. But hey, it works and it holds. And it's got these screw detents on the ends so that when your gun does recoil, it does, if your Arca does happen to loosen off a little bit, it does hold it on. Again, Area 419 solved that with their detent system very well. But again, let's see how she shoots. So Cadex started adding DLC coatings to their bolts. So it's not just regular steel. So this bolt is dry, but you can hear it's got a very unique sound. And that's that DLC coating gliding back and forth. And you see it's buttery smooth. I do actually really like the lockup on this. It's a 60-degree throw, as all of them are. But the nice thing about this is it's got that very nice, smooth, runs good in the warm, runs good in the cold. I've got about, I think about 400 rounds through this thing now. And it cycles incredibly well, extracts well, feeds well, no complaints overall. They are, I will say, a very nice firearm for the money. They are a little bit pricey from the custom shop with this setup the way they are. I like how you can't make choices as this is the way it is. But I think in Cadex's lineup, I think they do fit the bill quite nicely. So here's the bolt between the two. This is a 7 stars bolt. You can see it's got a plastic cover on the back with a plastic primer indicator, whereas on the CDX 30 it's all metal, and this detents in once it's fired, and then your safety mechanism is actually on your bolt. Whereas this safety mechanism is like a typical Remington 700 safety mechanism, and that's how it operates. You can see, diameter wise, this is why I can say it's a little bit beefier. The CDX bolt is quite a bit beefier. The other thing about this is they're both DLC coated. It looks like they have the same coating on them, so they operate that very well. But the one thing I didn't mention was the CDX series. It's like a Tika in the thing that they're all long actions. So you can see this, like your bolt length. This is significantly longer, even though these are both 6.5 Creedmoor bolts. Knurled bolt knob or rounded or whatever, that's an option. You can switch these out. They're interchangeable. To be honest, this is probably my favorite bolt knob they make, but this is what comes on the CDX 30. You can see shooting was fun. Shoots great, cycles great. It's actually a pretty good gun. You'll see the barrel and the muzzle brake is different. That's weird. I actually took this to a match, and I was experiencing a pretty significant impact shift throughout each stage of 10 rounds of PRS match. And so I contacted Cadex, and they had me send it back to them. And we decided, based off my findings, that we would actually replace the barrel with one of their standard Bartline steel barrels instead of carbon fiber. I missed the carbon fiber, it looked pretty, but this is a lot more functional, and already we're seeing much better performance of retaining that zero and not having any impact shift as the barrel heats up. It was Bartline carbon barrel. I think they're probably... I think I just got a lemon. I think there's probably better, but again, sample size 1. It's hard for me to tell. Other than that, shooting out there, we were shooting about 550 yards. This performed exceptionally. I like this muzzle brake much better for performance. I don't really love the shape of it, but that's Cadex's thing, and I'm not going to complain. Other than that, I'm very pleased with this rifle's performance. In 6.5, you can see there's hardly any recoil. This is going to be a great learner gun for people who I bring out shooting and teach them how to shoot long range and that sort of thing. Lots of great things on this gun. I don't love this trigger. This is Cadex's two-stage trigger, and I have it tuned down to about the lightest brake possible. And it's, here, I'll just give you a... I have it pretty light, and it's still a pretty stiff trigger to shoot. Now, if we go to like a Victrix or an AI, I find their triggers a lot smoother. This is crisp, but it's just, I don't know, I find that wall, even when it's light, is very, I don't know, it breaks hard, I guess would be a good way of describing it. Other than that, I'm sure you guys saw the Eric Cortina review of the 7 stars. This would just be the big brother of that. For an out-of-the-box performance, I don't think you can complain. And in the gun industry, I mean, I had this shipped to Cadex. They paid shipping both ways and returned with a new barrel in less than a month. So take that as, you know, someone who stands behind their products and gets it back into your hands. This is my first time, unfortunately, with Cadex warranty. But you know what? The gun still shot. It functioned fine. There was no issues. It cycles great. It was just, yeah, that barrel was, and hey, and you can get unlucky with any barrel. I don't care how much you spend. Thanks for watching this review. I'm going to try some new short form shorts coming up here. I think it's going to be called Does It Suck? And we'll just review some products and let you know if they suck or not. So thanks, guys, and yeah, if you're not out shooting, you should be practicing. So have a great day.